If you can correct that, no matter where you are in Ghana, you'll be successful. When they give you American visa, don't believe that is a blessing. It's a curse. Look at your uncle, who has been there for 50 years. Go and look at him. He's 70 years, he's still working. If he had money, do you think he'll still be working? He doesn't have any money. That's why he's still working. He's driving Uber. In those countries, if you don't have more than $10 million, you don't have money. You're poor. The system will screw you. No. Here is about the best place to achieve financial freedom. If you ask them to give you 20,000 and they're able to do it, it's a miracle. Go to Adum, go to Makola and ask your sisters there to give you $50,000.
Simple.
And you say that there's no money here. It's because you're looking for salary. In Ghana, you don't succeed by salary. Not anywhere anyway. Succeed in business. All right? So stop saying, salary is this. Don't talk about salary. Just work, learn. But pay attention to something that will bring you financial freedom. They force us to speak English, change our name. For me, that is trauma. And then if you are able to cross that, you regain your consciousness, repair your mind, then you can be proud as an African. Until you do that, you can become a president, a professor, a business owner. You put your people down. And that is what you see. Most of our big people, they have their children where? Where do they go to school? When they get sick, where do they send them? That's right. If you put visa here now, I don't know how many of you will stay. All of you will go. You say Ghana is very difficult, isn't it?
Yes.
That's right. But you see the Chinese here. You see the Indians here. If there is no money here, what do you think they are here? And the Africans, if the medical doctors put their certificate somewhere, go to America and become care assistants. Something has happened to us. Okay, and so if you don't go through that, if you look around, look at the airport. Most of these big buildings that you see, who own them? Foreigners. Foreigners. Big businesses in our country, who own them? Foreigners. They say we are independent. Question that. You cannot be independent until you control your finances, both as a people and at the individual level. So we have been educated to look up to people as God. And you know them. So when you went to school, the university that you are in there, check the literature they teach you. All the examples are coming from England, America, Meboa. Have you seen any example from your village? And then when you finish, they say, come and become successful here. That is why the people who are able to do something here are the ones who don't have higher education. Because for you to be successful here, you must understand the culture. And yet the training that they give you in school, you don't understand yourself, let alone your culture. You know, and Pastor, sorry. Then we pray to God and all our solutions will become fasting, prayer, and superstition. Okay, but God gave us this. If you develop that, you'll be successful wherever we are, especially because there's no place that is blessed more than our continent. The problem is the data that they have given us, the information. It's trouble. So I went to Pokora School, I went to Kwame Nkrumah University. When we were doing the engineering, it's the same trouble. We have America. We have shops in the mall, we call it Envy. We built it not with any political influence or even loans. We have apartments that we have built, not with loans. It's the kind of psyche that you have developed. Is it here? Is it cheap or is it easy? No. You have to become something here before you can produce it. And it's a journey. It's a journey. So if you're an African, you should be able to separate the two. The way that they build wealth in America is different from here. It's different. My friend was telling me, a Chinese came here, they gave him $5 million. They say, use 30 years to pay. He started a tissue production company. When you start, who will give you anything? And they say you compete with the Chinese. And the Chinese is even coming with technology, and the Chinese may not have identity crisis. You may meet the European and he doesn't care. If you are an African, if you meet the European, you think that he's wiser. Let's face it. Even tomorrow when you go to church, the European, the Jesus, they have food there, they have made him by force. You have to make him what? European. So if you don't correct that, no matter what they teach you, you still not be proud of yourself. And every day when I watch TV and I listen to our people, I try to see the level of consciousness and pride of the teacher. Because other than that, it's like eating popcorn. Your stomach will be full, but you can't do anything. Because when you go to the ground, it's tough. It's very difficult for you to build a business here. You open shop the other day. GRA will come and lock you. They didn't give you any capital. They said you don't pay tax. And the people that we gave the tax to, they are using Land Cruiser. You see? Instead of them locking them, they would lock you. So you have to understand what we have inherited for you to build wealth here, or you will not be able to build anything. All right? So you have your certificate. You're very happy. I tell you, 2 years time, you'll be disappointed. You said, why did I go to this school? Why? Because the structure we have, the infrastructure we have, is built to suppress us. It's not built for our growth. If anybody has started a business there, you will see the pain. You see the struggle. It's not supposed to be so. So there's another content that you need. If you don't develop that, it will be very difficult. Very much difficult. All right. So today, hopefully, we share something with you. Knowledge is required for change. Knowledge is required for change. If you don't have the right knowledge, it's very difficult. And if anybody wants to control you, they will make sure that they give you a knowledge that you start to doubt yourself. Okay? Because the self-belief that you have, your behavior is based on the kind of information you have of who you are. Watch our TV. All our beautiful men have bleached. I lie? Am I lying? Okay, thank you for the English word. Not all. But for me, I see. For the beauty standard in our country now is what? Bleach away weave on. But when you go to do business, you need that confidence. You need that courage. You want to build wealth or finance, you need that. If they tell you to go and sell kelewele, will you go with your degree? That shows what you know. The moment you finish school, you don't want to do anything. If they say go and farm maize, you say no. But if they give you MTN CEO, you're very happy. Okay. So you can't change a man's life until you change his mindset. The mind is the rare battlefield. And these are some of the things that we have to learn for us to be able to build any business here. You know, we have to learn those practically. Unfortunately, the books that we read, many of them, Think and Grow Rich, and a lot of people will give us Elon Musk and Bill Gates and who again? Mention their name. You know, they will always mention these American achievers, entrepreneurs. I tell you, if they bring a lot of them here, they will fail. They will fail. Even with all the infrastructure they have, a lot of them still fail. And yet they come here to teach us. And that's why when they have finished teaching us, look at their businesses here. We are in the malls. A lot of them, they just close and go. Because it's not like that. Many of the people have credit card to business, you know. Here, nobody has credit card. So if you open business, you must. How do you sell to somebody without credit card? When your business does not have any financial support or venture money. So there are things that you must understand here that if you get them right, you'll be able to build. You know, anything between 1 million and 100 million, you can build it here without debt. We are into properties. Many of the people that we see, they have foreign partners. All right? Tell me how many of them have built businesses and use the money to develop or for development. Very few. If you go to a bank, it's 40%. So when you want to build 40% a year, some of you go to quick loans, it's 5% a month. If anybody gives you this loan and you want to start a business, you don't need a demon, you will fail. You will struggle. You will not have problem before you took that loan. But the moment you take that loan to start that business, you start to sink because it's not workable. Somebody's giving 2% a year, you are giving 5% a month, you fail. All right? Yeah, okay. So how do you maneuver this structure that we have so that you can become successful? How do you maneuver that? Your salary is given to you not for you to become wealthy. It's very difficult. Many of you maybe are paid 5,000. The whole year is 60,000. If you don't buy any kelewele from it, I mean, how much is 60,000 a year? How much? It's less. It's far, that's right. So for you to become a millionaire, you know that that job cannot make you a millionaire. All right. And for me, if you don't have Ghana, 1 million Ghana cedis, don't say that you have money. Even that is still low. So how do you build that? There was this young guy who heard of one of our talks, and he said that, I heard that you can do something whichever area that you are. So he went to his village and started to farm maize. He said, boss, as at now, I have over 250 bags of maize. One bag is 1,000 cedis. That is what the data he gave me. So if he sells all the 100, is how much? No, 100. He has 250 bags. No, one bag is 1,000 cedis. That's 250,000 cedis. All of us have access to land, isn't it? Yes. Where do you come from? My village, if you want to do plantain farm or cassava or maize, you have access. Even if you don't have access, you know somebody who can help you to get land. For me, if you want to create financial independence, that is the way we have to think. It's either you're looking at agriculture or you're looking at trading. I mean, the money that you didn't steal. All right, that nobody is supporting you. If you don't have any uncle, any father, nobody is a millionaire in your house. Look at that. Because these are the practical examples. The boys, some of them will say that, oh, I just opened a shop. A police officer told us that he heard some of the things that we say. He sold his car and started mobile money joint. He said, boss, now I don't look at my salary. Now you don't have money, but you're able to save money and buy a car 30,000. And the only source of income you have is your salary. You don't know anything about money. So you struggle. You started a job, they pay you something, you got some bonus. You went to amass some money to buy land. You want to build a house, you are tired paying rent. You will not be rich. Because those people who are wealthy or who have financial freedom, they have different sources of income. And they control that. I'm not talking about buying treasury bills and bonds. No, somebody will wear a suit and tie and come and tell you they won't give you this time. Talking of the one that you have, that you control. And I'm saying that the data out there is built on these Europeans. And you cannot use their structure to survive. That's why even our country is struggling. Because you are using a model that is not built for our growth, our politics, our finance, almost everything, even our education. How can you have graduates finish education in their own country and they have no belief in the country? So what kind of education did you give them? For me, education must give you courage and confidence that you can succeed wherever you are. So if the people have no confidence in themselves, then what kind of data did you give them? All right, so that is how you build financial success. You know that I'm not good. If you finish school and nobody employs you, it's not a case. As a matter of fact, you're even lucky. You will get there faster if you have the data, if you have the right information. You will achieve financial independence faster. But they only told you that because you need this certificate to get a job. So when nobody gives you a job, you feel like you've been cheated. Because something intellectual development. If you can read, I'm trying to speak English. If I finish JSS, maybe it will be impaired, isn't it? So I went to school, I did engineering, I can speak some little English, which is okay. If you give me a book, I can understand it. I can do mathematics. I think that's what you need from the school that they gave you, especially if you don't want to get any job. If you want to build anything, that is it. Just look at our infrastructure. Just look at our society, our culture, and study it, and go there, and work until you succeed. Are you listening? Sure. For me, it's appalling for you to see graduates go to Airwork Stadium and they want to become police. Look at the police officer who has been there for 20 years. Does he have anything? No. You want to become a military officer. And if they don't give you, you even have 20,000, you want to give it to them. How much is the salary? So if you have more than 20,000 as an officer, likely that you are doing connection. All right? So if you have fair, and I believe all of us, Ghana, almost all of us go to church. And the good book tells us that we should be truthful. So in order for you to achieve financial independence, you must be truthful. You must be brutally honest. If you're working and you change the invoices, and then in the morning you're doing morning devotion, you are failed. And something about money is that you don't like to get it. You will see people driving Land Cruiser, nothing. You just see, look at them. 5 years out of power, they are poor or they are gone. Because that's something about money. It's lethal if you don't build it with a good heart, with love, with honesty. And that is what we need. So you don't need to finish school and feel like somebody must get me a job. I think we must cut that. And for us to even compete with the Chinese, we must get a lot of educated people to say that I want to go into provision shop, I want to go into agriculture, I want to be this. And if you get thousands of us, and let's say 90% will fail, and we get 10% out of that, we can compete. But as it's going on, the next 20 years, I tell you, here, there's gentrification. If you don't see it, airport is being gentrified. It means that they are pushing us out. Look at Jogulu. Look at airport. How many Ghanaians can rent there? How many Ghanaians own houses there? Okay. So the next 20 years, you see that in your own country, all the rich areas will be owned by foreigners, which means we need to change the cycle of our people to say that no, we must be the ones in charge of our economy. God gave us these resources. We are the ones to be in charge. Unfortunately, the education they gave you, they intentionally make sure that you will not get the kind of education and technology to use your own resources to manufacture. So it's not only education in Ghana. Go to Nigeria, it's the same. Go to Kenya, it's the same. Why are we not the ones making the telephone? Or the camera? Or the car? Why are we only producing music and movie and football? They say that there's COVID, but look at the China that the COVID was. Where's the economy? It's still stable. We are very far. They say that the economy has collapsed. Why? Because the things that we need, if you go to Ukraine and say, look at the statistics, the very things that we need, our people are not conscientized to produce them. Even if you can produce car, as young people as we are, what are you producing? What are you producing? We are just looking for a salary and job. No, your greatness or your financial freedom is in what you're producing. What are you building? Can you build a business? That is how you have to think. If you don't think like that, you'll never have freedom. You'll never have freedom. And that is the way we thought. And so we work, we don't play, we work. If there is problem, if there's problem in our business, we don't blame any demon. We correct it. We look for the solution until we see it. I'm a Christian. But I believe that if I want to build this house, it is not prayer. I need the technology to build this house. It's the same with business. The same. Any problem that you meet in your business, in your finances, in your personal life, you can find solution. The only thing is that somebody disabled that. So majority of us think that any problem that we meet is beyond us. And that's why we see the results that we see. If I'm lying, tell me. 2023, just look at the young people. Have you not seen that our people have become despondent? Just talk to anybody on the street. Take taxi and interview them. You see that we are not doing a good job. Because we have no understanding of money. So you get money, you waste it. You get money, you must multiply it. And you must have at least 10-year plan for financial freedom. 10-year plan, at least. And if 10 years comes, and 10 years come, and you have not succeeded, give yourself another 10 years. It's not demono. It's not family something, no. Those who are creating money, look at them. They have employees. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thousands. So for you to have financial stability, for me, it comes through business and shrewd investment. And business is an investment. And I'm not talking of treasury business, as I said. Look at agriculture. Look at other businesses that you can invest in. All of us. Many people have worked for 10 years. If you ask them to give you 20,000, they don't have it. They don't have it. Talk to your teacher, or talk to your nurse, or talk to your doctor. Because that is not the way to build financial freedom. The way to build financial freedom is you taking risk in business. And even if you teach, then you teach to support the country, to solve the problems of the society. If you're a doctor, you don't work because you are looking for salary. You work because that is the expertise you have to help your society survive. But your financial freedom must be separate. If you confuse the two, I'm a police officer, they don't pay us well, who will pay you well? Go to anywhere in the world, if they are telling you that they pay. It does there. If they don't give them loan, they can't have a house and a car. Am I lying? If anybody has stayed anywhere, those who have houses, they give them loan, isn't it? They gave them what? Loan. Even school. Even some people, when they die, they give them the same loan. So if they don't give you loan here, why would you let that person come and say that you are poor? Because the difference between you and that person is what? Is the law. They say, oh, they pay them $1,000. Oh, we told you. Yeah, how much is their rent? We rent 2-bedroom at Hacho. It's just about 3,000 cedis a month. How much is the dollar in that? Very cheap. The same house in somewhere in America will be maybe $1,005. So you cannot say that they pay them this money. That's why I have to stop everything. Because now you see a lot of our people are just stopping everything and going where? Abroad. Seeking financial, whatever they call it. But that's not the way. First, you need proper financial education, proper financial independence, or financial intelligence. To know that I have 10 cedis. How do I 10 things, 10 cedis to $1 million in the next 10 years? And every one of us can do that. You look at the phone that you're holding. How much is it? You say you are looking for capital to start business. Sell your shoe. You want to be wealthy? You must come with that kind of craziness. There's no soldier going to war thinking that he's going to be killed. He wants to kill. That is how you fight. Because it's freedom. The world will not give you financial freedom. No. No. They will make sure that they tame you. That's why they pay you little. So it's something that you must wake up and say that this one I must fight. Because when you have financial freedom, you control your time. You can say, I'm not, if they post you to any village, you can say, I'm not going. And they can't do anything. But you, when your boss, if he talks, you shake. Why? It's not because you respect him. Because you need that salary for your children to go to school. It means that you're born servant. And God did not create us that way. So you need that data, that information to say that, how do I build this? All right, so you look at that income. You cannot depend on one income. You must have financial goals. You must know how to budget the money that you have. And you must always keep in mind that I want freedom. So if I want to buy a car, I want to buy a house, I want to build a house, I want to do anything, I must know, is this going to support my freedom or is it going to cage me? And so if you have one source of income, why are you using nice car? No. We use one car. It was Vibe. And we were paying rent at Kramo. We pay about $5,000 a month. Just one. We have a lot of those shops. And yet we have very little car that we're using to work. Why? Because you knew that if the business is not blown, if you take money from it, you curtail the growth. And that is what most people do. You've been able to establish a provision shop. One. And the money is coming, you use it to buy a nice house. No. Keep that small house and build a lot. Look at the foreigners. That's what they do. They always go for growth. Because freedom, financial stability is in growth. So if one dies, you have a lot of them. But if you have one shop and they close it or it crashes, you're gone. You know, you have one farm and it burns, what happens? You're gone. So how do you go for multiplication? And the thing is that majority of our people, our friends and family, will not allow you. They will not allow you. They will not. You don't say that every day your hairstyle is the same. What's your problem? Why are you wearing the same shoe to church? Isn't it? Yes. So can you develop that thickness of skin to go when they are saying the same or different things to you? Some of them, even when they have a lot of money, they say that, no, I can't live in Ghana again. So you go and pay $100,000 to go to 100,000 cedis to go to England. You know, so the other thing is that you must know that you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And they should not stop you. People will chop your money. They will scam you. Your friends, those you know, those you don't know. Some of them are institutions. They will scam you. But those should not stop you. Keep the focus in mind. I want to be free. And so if I use 1,000 cedis every month and I have 10,000, if I quit job, I can survive, isn't it? Yes, but if I have 1,000 and my expenditure for the month is 5,000, I'm always at red. So you're always calling your friends. Some of you parents, you send your child to international school, 3,000 every 3 months. They are 4. How much is that? 12,000. Your salary is how much a month? What are they teaching them? Is it English, Asa? But you think that you are giving that child education. If they are not teaching them financial education, that is not education. So your child will become a doctor and still be crying. I have a friends like that, a lot of them. Yes, because the only time that people become a bit proud of themselves is when their finances are under control. When you see any man who is saying that, Jack, Abraboni Huso, many times a day, it's Gasem Massa. It's Gasem until the year by a year, because your name's only the. Your name's a day. What started on your Mamma Casa one of ferry? Kwabena to agree and say, Uncle, ye done cry and say. Don't fight for respect, just get money. Make sure that you don't steal it. They'll respect you. Because then you can support and help a lot of people. Unfortunately, these things, they will not add it to the cost. They won't. They won't add it to the cost. They will take it out. You know? And pastor, I don't know, but they will not teach it in the Catholic Church. And I don't know if you teach it. You see? That's right. That's a great man. So that people will be free. All right? So that people will be free. If you don't do that, the Chinese, that's what they do. They work. It's only about money. Galam say. When we go to do it, they say that we are spoiling something. What do you think Numont is doing in Ghana? It's not the same Galam say. The same Galam say. But when we go to do it, they prevent us. Why? Because there are structures to make sure that everything. Lithium, you found lithium the other day. Why are you not the one responsible? And they are saying that Ghana will prosper. How are you going to prosper when all the resources that you have, foreigners are the ones mining the companies that own them? So they are lying. Okay? So you, at an individual level, you must make sure that you educate yourself differently. And it's constant. You must be reading a book on finance every day. An article every day. I didn't say tithe and offering. I said a book. If a doctor must read journals, the surgery, the method, the techniques, you must always be reading, researching. If you don't do that, when you have money, because money talks, money speaks. When you get money, you see that you want to change your, is that not true? Yes, you change your shoe, you change your car. Yes, you want to spend it. So if you don't develop strong spirit, money will always trick you. So when they say that somebody is poor, many times it's the financial information that they have. Every village, somebody can be rich. You come from the north. If one cattle is 5,000 and you have 100, how much is it? You say that there are no opportunities there. They are lying. You saw your grandfather. Huh? But my grandfather, he didn't go to any school. He had Bedford track. When just about 30 years that he was about to die, he started to buy sand and pile it on some of the land that he had. When he could not move, that was what he was selling. He didn't go to any school. My other grandfather, my father's side, was a teacher. He was a trained teacher. He didn't have anything. Yes. Because the data for financial freedom is not in the classroom. It's in the culture that we have. And that is why you must understand the culture that you come from. That is why you must understand the culture that you come from. A lot of the times when they are talking, they say that when you want to start a business, you need capital, isn't it? Yes. The capital is you. It's you, is your understanding. It's the sacrifices. It's the pain that you can endure. It's the courage that you can express. It's how you spend your time. That one will show whether you can build that business or that freedom that you so desire. So financial freedom is a choice. It's not luck. It's not a miracle. It's not man bet. It's a choice. And I think we must think like that. It's poor people who always think that it's a miracle for you to become rich. It's not a miracle. It's something that you can build and predict. You see the war that Gaza and those things, it's precision. They have machines that they have built. They can spot. I will come and shoot you and they will shoot you. They are not thinking that it will hit or it will not hit. And that is the level of intelligence that our mind can process. All right, so your financial freedom is your choice. It means that you must take that responsibility. You must have a mind that I am responsible for this freedom. And don't eschew or take away that thinking of you always looking for somebody to help you and always begging. In our country, somebody will be building a house and still be begging you for phone? Huh? Your friend is building or he doesn't want you to know. But no. Take that from your mind, that I'm always going to beg somebody. No. Have sense of dignity. If I were the president of Ghana, we will not be begging. They bring us 1 million cedis, we take. $1 million, we take. You know? So they break our sense of dignity. So it's always somebody must help us. Always. So when you live in Africa, it's always somebody must help you. It's like you're not enough. No, you're enough. You're enough. With whatever is in your hand, you are what? You are enough. You will need others to support you, but don't go in as the one who is victimized. You go in as the one who can offer something. And that's the psyche. And the moment you start to develop this psyche, you see that a lot of things will start to change. Because your world is the mind that you process. All right? Yes, and many people will ask you, how are you able to do this? It's the thinking. It's the information. But yeah, you know, me, Reverend, many times when educated people call me, I decline. It's difficult for them to be convinced. School people in our country, Africa. So I nearly decline, especially when they speak a lot of English. I'm telling you. And the second one is when they are religious. Yes, because many of us don't even pick book to read. And for me, anybody who's not hungry for knowledge is not ready to learn anything from you. So you see that the things that we teach a lot of them in P. The people below SSS, they grab it and they work with it and they get results. Yeah. And my mate, the engineers, the doctors, they will be debating. And many times they are paranoid. They're very negative. So that's something that you have to work. It's surgery. I'm telling you. So Bugulong people, I have a lot of them. They're my friends. But I don't push there. I don't teach there. Unless they have come in contact to say that, okay, I'm proud as an African, and I want to make sure that our continent develops. Then that's a sign that we can talk. But many times they will give you all the examples, and they talk like they are in America. And that's why when they build anything here, they fail. Because they are trying to superimpose something that they have learned in school here, and it does not work. So you see your friend who wants to start a business, he wants to get a very nice office at the airport. Remember? So that's how much? That's a lot. The one who has not gone to school that much, you just go to La Paz. Yeah. And they start. So before you see it, they have money. And our people are still writing papers and filling computer forms. And where the market is, 80% of our market is not in English. It's not. Maybe this is the one camera. And it's all person servos and one. Oh, person camera. And you want to lift the people you want to serve to your standard. No, you serve them where they are. That is why they succeed, and we struggle. Because we're always trying to say that this is not a standard, international standard. International standard for where? They give them money. Who has given you money? Nothing. So whatever that you are developing, improvise. Look at the people that you want to serve. Can they pay? Do they understand the technology? Can they appreciate what you're putting across? If you can understand them from their level, you will succeed. The other thing is that learn how to sell to our people. Sell to them at their level. Many of us are so much into branding and packaging. It's good, but can they afford it after you have packaged it? What is the quantity or what is the percentage of the people who can afford that price? So we don't really press so much on that. I believe in quality, but quality is useless when the people don't have money to buy. So the business will only survive when you are profitable. All right. So many Accra Chefobos will start a business now. 100,000 is no one income. So if you want to open a shop, maybe 5,000 you can open. But they will go to China and bring a lot of things. 100,000 they still have not open. Because they want niche market. No. It's only when you have been able to build a successful one, then maybe you can try other concepts. But your first business, make sure that you have cash flow and you are profitable. And the cash flow is what? I start business today, can I see money today? If you have not done it before, why are you, for instance, if I want to start let's say I want to start poultry farm. Maybe I will need 100,000 to start. I don't have it. Let me go and start eggs. How much do I need? Maybe 1,000. When I've become skilled and I know where to sell it, then I can start the poultry farm. You know, so somebody comes with 100,000, they put it all, they inject all the money in that business, it's still not enough, and they look. And they say that Ghana is very difficult, nothing works. No, it's the approach. So you want to start pure water business, go and buy what somebody has produced. Learn how to market it, learn how to sell. Do you understand where they buy, which one they buy, why they buy what you produce, or what they produce? If you get that, when you start to produce, you will not struggle to market it. You know, but many people will go and bring a lot of things. Then, almost a man of almost life. Or the bar, or the money we are on top of it. Now, we can allocate, we can difficult. The other thing is how to manage our people. The way we manage the workers. There is one of the reasons most businesses will collapse in Ghana. One man and I want me back because the mother is sick. And many of them are genuine. The father is sick. They will go for prayer, you know, it's important to them. How do you manage them? If you're very much rigid, you can't manage them. They are faster than you. They will leave the work anytime they want to leave. All right, so your technique too. That's why you hear a lot of our people complain. Ghana for the we have to understand our people. Their challenges, their problems, the difficulties that they have to deal with. Even their excuses and their weakness. How do you? Because you are not going to have that freedom or you are not going to be successful with that business if you cannot employ. And one of the most difficult things that we deal with every day is how do you get our people to work for you to get results? Those who are even working, when they come in contact with the money, they want to steal it. They will have morning devotion in the morning, and in the evening, they will take the money. So how do you grow yourself? Because you cannot be the one always in charge. Somebody would have to come in. How do you develop the mechanism to work with them, even when you're not there? And that takes a lot of information, a lot of appreciation, a lot of understanding of the culture. You have to get into their psyche. And many times it does not matter their level of education. You all think the same. Because don't you hear the corruption? Don't you hear the people stealing? Yes, look at a lot of the foreign companies in our country. When it comes to the money, they don't put the Ghanaians there. Why? We need to answer that. So there's a way that you have to know that these are the difficulties that the people go through. These are the things that I have to develop so that when they have gone through that, at least they can give you 50% of what you're looking for. If I have one business and I'm there and I'm able to sell 100,000 and somebody is there and is able to sell 90,000, I will choose the 90,000 and multiply. You know? So when I have 5 of the 90,000, it's more than me selling 100,000 at one point. So for you to do that, you must understand how our people work without becoming so much negative and being patient and developing them. How do you even go through the CV, the so-called CV, and see this one I will pick, this one I will not pick? What are the things that you use? You know, if you pick the boys and you get them close to money, these guys, they are fast. The ladies will be thinking of buying a phone. The boys want to buy a car. So that's a technique that you have to know. So if you pick a lot of boys, I can tell you 90% of them, if they see the money, they are thinking is very wide, you know. Because they are the ones doing Sakawa, Mambet, Manchester United. The women are not into that much. So when you build a business or when you have a business that you need people to be close to the money, think of the women first. The boy, he must prove himself. It's not because the women may not take. They may, but they are moderate. They are considerate. The boys are wild. So you want to expand, but these are realities. If you don't do that, you will see that because it's tough, the way our people process, especially when they see money. What done for a send them whatever. You could just go around and change number, no? And your fault. So how do you work with such people? These are practical information that you have to work on every day. And you don't need to let one experience make you give up. Even if they collapse the business, build again. Because these are the realities. It's difficult. Because our system is not synchronized. And the structures that we are trying to manage with, they don't work. So you have to really build your own system if you want. You have to really build your own system that is unique to you. And system is just steps, processes that you go through that anybody else can pick and get almost the same results. That's system. You know, so what you go through to pick a product, what you go through to train them, how do you do your pricing? How do you do your repairs? The same. So you build them yourself. If you go and bring this MBA all the time, you will fail. Sit down and look at it. What is so unique and original to what you're practicing or what you're building? You succeed. And my other point is, many times, think critically. Question everything. If the financial goals that you have set, if you're not meeting them, question. Why is this failing? Why is it failing? And human beings are nothing but how critical they are. The mind that you have, you're psychological beings. So if you're not critical, if you come to see this camera here and nobody is here, don't just say, oh, just somebody brought it here. No. Who brought it here? Why is it here? What time did they come here? They say you are sick. You go to one lab and they say you have malaria. And then you conclude. They want to open your head. You say, yes, one doctor. No. Get opinion of about 3 or 4 doctors. And ask questions. Don't just say, well, one, it's okay, it's an expert. No. Ask questions. Why are we dying on the road? From now to December, they say, Kumase Bibi Oho. No. Let's ask the question. Is the road constructed well? The drivers, are they driving as we want? Are they trained? With speed. Because most often when you go around 100 and beyond, when you crash, what will happen? You will die. It's basic engineering, principle. But we will put some magic on it. So we are not responsible for anything. Somebody else is responsible. You go to my village, when they die, they say, Obi abonidia. Obi angu yare na kunuda. Na fu ye kese na oye dai. No wu ya oni akwasi din ko bokoje obi yere obonidia. Every time. Inti means of me wa be come be a kidney failure. E bia nso na ho ne nye, aduane edi ne nye. So ho, I was think here dey. Ye hwehwem. Towards the Africans as we are, critical thinking must be up. Must be up. And one of the things that you use is, if you don't like mathematics, teach yourself again. Don't say that I like speaking English, I don't like mathematics. If you are building anything, one of the tools that you use to think is mathematics. So go to YouTube, check it. At least differentiate, L square, don't just say I don't like it. Because if you are building anything, for you to build, look at all the examples that they give you. Many of these billionaires that they give, look at their background. I don't like mentioning their name, but look at their background. And look at the level of education or where they had the education. Most of them, you see mathematics in it. Because it's a tool for thinking, for building. So check that. It will help you. Financial freedom, you must desire it. You must desire it. You must work it. And for you to build wealth, you need business, you need investment. Salary is just one source of income. It's good if you start to work, but think what? I think almost all of us must own businesses. As little as you can. If something that you can sell in your car, do it. If it's cocoa that you can put somewhere, do it. If watch that you can do somewhere, do it. We rest too much, waste a lot of time, and we complain of money. What can you sell? Is it chibum? Munim chibum? Huh? That's right. There's this lady around our office. She works in an insurance company, but she has a girl who's selling that for her. So let's say she makes 100 Ghana every day. At the end of the month is what? It's 3,000. If she has multiple locations, she will never complain of money. In our country, money is everywhere. Did you hear? In Ghana, money is where? Everywhere. Who be chibum point na? And as a joint now, will be at me your hey, or mobile sikan on baby san mombi. Open it. But some places it's so much regulated that you can't even do that. But here, you can what? You can do that. Maybe you can do it in the morning. How about watching in the evening? You are always sleeping. You have a lot of time. You're a teacher. You have a lot of time. Whatever that you do, you have a lot of time. But you're complaining all the time. No. Do extra. Open a business. I'm not talking to register a business. I say open a business. Do something that you see money. And we talk of cash flow. A business that easily succeeds in our country, you must see money almost every day. That's why contractors are always hot. You know why? Because they go to borrow money, 40% a year. They work for 6 months, nobody pays them. So your father who was contractor is always hot. Is that not true? Yes, because the cash flow is weak. For a business to work, you must have strong cash flow. It means that the money that is coming in and that is going out. So if more money is coming in than is going out, you're successful. If more money is going out than coming in, you're going to struggle. So just start with a little. Somebody asked me that I want to use money to buy a taxi. I said, if you have 50,000, why do you buy a taxi? How much do you need to start a cocoa joint? 500. And they will do the same sales. The same says.
Exactly.
The same says. So if the cocoa joint breaks or crashes, 500 you have lost. If your taxi gets accident, 50,000. Financially, you're not prudent. So you struggle. You struggle. So break those tapes. Break those tapes. So own a business. That is the way to build wealth. Own a business. Start something. Go to your village. What can you send from Accra to your village? Somebody told me that he's bringing charcoal. BDA. What's what the 125 bucks? The free bar beton and crying. What you have, what I? OJ 500, what's it? No. If you can start your bar, start. For me, the business that you start with is not so much important, so long as it's not illegal and it's not a crime. Learn from there. And before you see it, you are building a whole different thing. But the first one, start. And you don't need to put so much money into starting that business. If you're waiting for 50,000 to start that business and you have never had 50,000, I don't think your formula is worth it. If you have been able to save thousands, start with that one. Don't go and borrow money to start. You will lose it. Business, when you start, you are like somebody or a child who starts to walk. You're going to fall. You're going to train. It's a stage. It's a process. So when you go and sink everything that you have there, and it crashes, and if you don't fail like me, I will be shocked. If you don't fail, I will be what? I'll be shocked. Your first business, if you don't fail, I'll be shocked. Somebody will trick you. Somebody will disappoint you. AMA will come and lock you. The factors that will make you crash, there are 1,000. But you're learning. Every failure, you're learning. You're learning. It gets to a point, you start to make right decisions. And the moment your decisions start to work, you start to see success. Because the difference between you and the one who is very successful is the decisions that they are making. They make accurate decisions. That's why they are successful. And you are making wrong decisions. That's why what? You're wrong. If you see a crook, can you see it? When they are tricking you, can you see? But if they are tricking you before, the second one, you what? You pay attention. You clear. Mobile money now, go for the evil phones, you know. Question on Busa, and so who the Busa. Watching our mobile on Busa will be about happy. We say, no, not this time. You know? So you block that one. There are so many areas that you block. Then you see that you start to do well. So when you fail, don't say that, no, you are not a failure. It's just part of the process that you are going through. And we have failed so many times. We're going to do a project. When we came back, we owed over 2 million Ghana cedis. This one was 10 years ago. We believe the people who gave us the project, they were not credible. We just believed that they were a very nice name in Ghana, so we thought that they had money. They didn't. We had more money than them. And we used our money to work for them. When we finished, they should pay us. It became war. It took them 5 years to pay. And even that, they had to renegotiate. So we had to go with the debt. You think I will do that again? No. So many times you even lose more money than you gain. But if you don't give up, you start to build. It gets to a point, you become wise. And you start to succeed. The other thing is that you must be positive. If every day you are talking negatively about us and about our country, change it. Start to say good things about us. Use good words. Don't say that Ghana is very difficult. You think everywhere is okay. No. Use good words. Don't say that there will be bini di obey de will be say. Ko bibini. Those are ignorant people. You don't talk down on yourself. So what sense of self-esteem do you have? So change that. Start to use good words and study the history beyond Elmina Castle. When you go to school, that's what they teach us. Elmina Castle, slavery. If you teach people this kind of history, they will never be proud of themselves. Before the white man came, what kind of history do you know? That will show how proud you are as an African. If you start your history with when the white man came, and they came and we didn't have any shoe, and we were just naked, you will think that we have never been wise. And that is the problem with this current generation. Because your sense of history is really at the bottom of your education. If your sense of history is wrong, your education is wrong. Okay? If your sense of history is what? It's wrong, no matter what they are teaching you. When they are lying, you won't see. When the textbook is lying, you will never see because you have no memory. So go and teach yourself. Now you have YouTube. There's a lot of data. Teach yourself about the greatness of Africa. Israel people that you see, the Israeli people, the average one knows about 2,000-year history. You see Netanyahu when he's talking, do you see the confidence? You see the Chinese president, when he's talking, do you see the confidence? Look at your people, when they are talking, what do you see? You have to come and help us, we are very poor, and you need to help us. See, Netanyahu doesn't talk like that. The Chinese don't talk like that because they have changed the history. They tell you that Einstein came to discover everything, and you have believed that. Einstein discovered something in science. That is true, but your people also discovered something. Do you know that one? If you don't know that one, you worship the Europeans. And that's why our people have become negative like that. And when you are negative, when even you are succeeding, you are not proud of yourself. When you're succeeding in Ghana, you're becoming successful, but because your mind is still negative, say that nasemo baby and menya bruwe. And many Africans are like that. Because the history that they are pushing on us is wrong. It's the meaning, it's the valuing, and that's why we must correct that. The Chinese have been able to do that because there was cultural revolution, reconstruction of their culture. So now they are proud. You see the Chinese here, you can't instruct him. Do you see how people instructing them? But they instruct us. Some of them just as certificates they don't have. When they go to the minister's office, the minister will salute them. So there must be mental reconditioning. If you don't do that, the Bible will not solve it. Because the tradition is more powerful, has become more powerful than the word. So you can't do anything about the people. What the people think about themselves is more powerful than their knowledge of God. Okay? If you think your case, no matter what God tells you, you won't go. No matter what they tell you, you say, no, I can't go in. It's scriptural. When the lepers saw it. And there is another one that said that the people are like giants. We are like, God could not help them. So your sense of identity, if you can correct that, no matter where you are in Ghana, you'll be successful. Trust me. Give yourself 10 years. When you want to travel because you want to go and see. When they give you American visa, don't believe that is a blessing. It's a curse. 50 years. Look at your uncle who has been there for 50 years. Go and look at him. He's 70 years, he's still working. If he had money, do you think he'll still be working? He doesn't have any money. That's why he's still working. He's driving Uber. In those countries, if you don't have more than $10 million, you don't have money. You're poor. The system will screw you. Here, you can do that. You can do that. So when your friends in a quiz now, I said, footballer, no. Here is about the best place to achieve financial freedom. It matters what you know. And it's not like we have gone through it. We have done it. Okay? It's a proof. We have done it. We didn't start with anything. And we keep pushing. Difficulties? Yes. Betrayals? Yes. Systems will frustrate you? Yes. Every day? Yes. But it's still far more better than living anywhere. You know? Household income in some of these countries is $80,000 a year. Household, it means husband and wife. $80,000. Taxes not come. Do your calculation. Go to the internet. Before they push these things on you, just check. That's why the internet is there. The average income is about $50,000 for one person, or maybe 35. Over 70% of them will not make 45,000 a year. Tax has not come. Rent has not come. School fees not. How much can they save? If you ask them to give you 20,000 and they're able to do it, it's a miracle. Go to Adum, go to Makola and ask your sisters there to give you $50,000.
Simple.
And you say that there's no money here. It's because you're looking for salary. In Ghana, you don't succeed by salary. Not anywhere anyway. Succeed in business. All right? So stop saying, salary is this. Don't talk about salary. Just work, learn. But pay attention to something that will bring you financial freedom. Stop saying they don't pay us well. Who pay you well? Stop changing those things if you really want to change your financial future. Okay? Stop using those words. So some words when you use, I know that you'll never be rich. We are fighting for salary increment. When you want degree, go to Lagos. When you want money, you go to Makola. Okay? They are not the same. That's why the lecturers there are always doing a demonstration. Don't you see it? What do they want? Increment of salary. All right, so maybe we could be wrapping up. So learn how to sell, have a product. Even if you can develop a product, sell something first. Don't focus so much on producing something to the market with your little money. Focus on cash flow. Take something to the market. Mobile money joint is there. Indomie is there. Practical exam. Practical field. Look at where the majority of the people. You can go and take Bruni Wawu, go and sell it in your village. It's still business. Do something that people understand, not complex. The English words bring them down. They don't work. They don't work. That's why the people who are speaking big English, very few. Without government. Look at our country where a lot of people with big degrees, the only place that they have been employed is where? It's government. We watch a lot of them on TV, show us the industry that they have built. No. My father is a very big man, he works with the government. That's all. You go to China, they are building industries, production. So you may start this little, but the next 5 years, the next 10 years, go into production. What can you produce? Even if it's not full, half. What can you produce? This is how you have to think. And the moment you want to build, let's say you want to produce or process, you will see how your direction for information will change. Tomorrow, say I want to start something. You see that all the other things that you are thinking about, you will stop. Because now you want to start something. So every information that you want to gather will be on that. That's the same way. If you want to have wedding, you see, nobody will. Event manager, maybe cameraman, AMA, because you want to have what? Wedding. The same. You want to build an industry, you want to build a business, you start to ask questions. And use the social media to promote yourself. Don't hide. Just do something. Just a flyer. I sell cocoa. They will laugh at you. When it starts to work, they will shut up. So you have contact. Utilize them. Don't let anybody say, why are you posting too much? Post. I wrote book Perspective in 2016. How to develop the mindset to start and build your business. I taught on it. I sent a lot to schools. We sold a lot of them. 2020, I was doing Facebook. I was teaching I feel like just what you know, teach people. 2020, my friend called me that Odia Inka wants to meet somebody who can do a program on radio about business, entrepreneurship. We met. I gave him a copy of the book. He said, can we meet on Sunday? I said, yes, let's meet. We did a program. And so many people. We did it for 3 years. All kinds of topics. If you go to our Facebook, it's there. If you go to our YouTube channel, it's there. So many. And a lot of our books that we have written. There are a lot of people who live abroad who have just come to buy lands, built houses for rent, have shown interest in Ghana again because of the things that we teach. I was just talking on Facebook and wrote a book. I didn't expect anybody to pay attention. So whatever is in you, put it out. Keep pushing. Really does not matter. The other day we did about 1,000 copy free. Some people sponsored it. We didn't ask them. We share it to all schools. from south to north. You know, so whatever that you have in mind, push. Because nobody is going to push you. If you're waiting for somebody to discover you, you're late. They are trying to discover themselves. You're waiting for your leaders to come and give you food. They're looking for Land Cruiser. So push yourself. Be resilient. Be tough for the journey. No excuses. When you get tired, drink water. And connect with right people. Connect with people who have foresight. Link with great minds. If your friend is not reading any book, put them somewhere. Life is not... Africa, we can't joke anymore. That's why we are not paying attention to. We cannot joke anymore. Unfortunately, there's not really leadership to change the minds of our people. So when I was young, the same thing that they were telling us, they're still saying the same thing today. There's not been any intentional structure to reorientate the minds of our people. So you have to do it yourself. And I think that's where our future is. Self-education. We must do it. And you teach one person, I also teach one person. Before we see it, if the change is not coming from top, it can come from the down. You can set fire here, and those who are at the top will move. So change does not always have to come from the top. You know, you look at Libya, they set fire at the down. Gaddafi was gone. Americans came in anyway. But any of us can be a change agent if we start to see ourselves differently. You know, so financial freedom, financial security is possible. It is here far more than any other place. You can travel. Those of you who want to go to Canada to educate yourself, much of the education they give you there, I went to school somewhere too. They don't give, you can't do anything with it here. Go and see it, no problem, but you can't do much here with it. Because it's based on their structure, not ours. I asked my professor, so this thing you're teaching us, what are you going to use it for? It's a white man. Because it's fitting them. That is why many of the people that they schooled, that they brought here in charge of our economy, you see it. In charge of our institution, you see it. Because there's no way they're going to teach you how to develop or how to develop Africa. We must find it ourselves. You know, so the same with your finances. And the moment you start to break those and you start to believe and you don't give up, you will succeed, you will win. It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time. God has blessed us. We must just pay attention. He said that the truth shall what? Set you free. So if you're not free, it's so likely that you don't have the truth. If you're frustrated, you're confused, you're pained, you're depressed, it means that you don't have what? The truth. So go for it. And truth is a principle. It works everywhere, at all times. It's timeless. Just like the law of gravity. Sow and you reap. So these principles, your approach may be different, your methodology may be different, but I can be sure that if you set goal, you work hard, you're truthful with money, you don't waste money, you serve your customers well, you build a great network, you have in mind the kind of things that you must sell, the people must be able to buy, there's no way that you won't win. You won't win. And when the money starts to come, invest it more. Put the building somewhere, build the wealth, and later you can build wherever you want to build. When we wanted to build our first house, we used 6 months or 8 months to build it. And it was a lot of money. And our business did not struggle. Yet my parents were number to us. So focus on the business. Build it. And when you're successful, you know it. When you take money from it and your business will not crash, you have become successful. So thank you.